Well, hello there. This is Ted Wright from Epic Archaeology. And really, what I want to do in this video is just really address something that has really been weighing on my heart that many of you know about. It's about Rhett and Link. And many people know Rhett and Link from the Good Mythical Morning show and their YouTube channel, and they've also done a lot of great stuff. They've been on television and been on the internet, and they've just done a lot of great stuff. I first learned about Rhett and Link years ago when I lived in North Carolina, and my son would watch VeggieTales, and there's some stuff that Rhett and Link did with Phil Vischer, the creator of the VeggieTales. Well, just recently, Rhett and Link, as you know, came out and they've been, talking about this on their podcast and writing about this and how they've sort of taken some steps away from faith. And that's what I want to address. One of the things that Rhett and Link have said in some of their podcasts, some of their things that they've talked about, is that they walked away for multiple reasons, but one of the reasons was because they didn't really find any archaeological evidence for the Bible. Well, let me just say that is precisely why I started Epic Archaeology about 2 years ago. Epic Archaeology is really, we're there to answer whether or not there's any historical and archaeological evidence for the Bible. One specific thing that Rhett and Link mentioned, and Rhett and Link, if you're watching, I would love to talk to you guys about this because I have had the same exact question when I was actually an undergraduate student in archaeology. I had the exact same question. Did the Exodus actually happen? Did the conquest happen? And let me just say, yes, it happened. The Exodus happened and the conquest happened. I've spent my entire life researching whether or not these things happened. And let me just tell you guys, yes, there is definite evidence for the Exodus and for the conquest. First of all, with the Exodus, let me just say that the reason why a lot of secular scholars don't find evidence for the Exodus is because really they're looking in the wrong time frame. When you look at the Bible and you read 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 1 and some other passages, the Bible tells us that the Exodus should be at around the year 1446 BC. We say, how do you know that? Well, because in 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 1, it says that Solomon laid the foundations of his temple exactly 480 years after the Exodus. And so we know that time is about 966 BC. So when we reverse the clock back 480 years, we find evidence in the late Bronze Age in Egypt of the Exodus. And not only that, guys, we also know who the Exodus Pharaoh is. Very likely it is an 18th dynasty Pharaoh by the name of Amenhotep II. James Hoffmeyer, a famous Egyptologist, said that the events of the Exodus and conquest stand or fall together. So wherever we find evidence for the Exodus, which I believe is in the late Bronze Age during the time of Amenhotep II, then we will expect to find a conquest in Israel also around the 15th century. And that's exactly what we find. In fact, all three conquest cities that the Bible states were destroyed, we have found all three cities. We found Jericho, we have found the city of Ai, and we've also found Hatzor, and all three cities are destroyed exactly as the Bible states. In fact, I actually had taken place in an archaeological expedition to the second site, the city of Ai, which was a late Bronze Age Canaanite fortress, and we have found extensive archaeological evidence for the destruction. In fact, when I go around speaking, I actually have a piece of pottery from the late Bronze Age, the burn layer, when the Israelites burned the city, as the Bible states that it did. You can actually hold a piece of pottery in your hand to show that the Bible is true. Well, so Rhett and Link, I'm really saddened by your walking away, and I think you're walking away too early. But the story of Rhett and Link is the story of a lot of people who really have questions about faith. And let me just say, this is a perfect example of why the church needs apologetics, why we need to have solid answers for why we believe what we believe. And also, this is exactly why Epic Archaeology exists. If anybody's out there who has questions about whether or not events in the Bible actually happen, then please check our website out. We've got great resources. We've got a YouTube channel, not as many followers as Rhett and Link, obviously, but we've got some great resources on there, and I would be glad to answer any questions that you have about any of the historical evidences in the Bible. So again, Rhett and Link, please check our stuff out because we do have a lot of great information on why the Bible is true. And I hope and pray that you change your mind and perhaps look at some other resources that the Bible is actually true. So again, thank you for watching this, and if you want to know more information about Epic Archaeology, then check our website out, epicarchaeology.org. You can also check us out on YouTube. We are also on Instagram and Twitter as well. Thanks for watching, guys.